Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. Today you join myself and Mark out on the bank and we're in search of carp and catfish. I don't think it's any secret that Mark, you probably prefer a carp than a catfish.
Yeah. Not really interested in the cats, but if I pick one up, so be it. It's the way it goes, isn't it?
As you'll probably have seen on the bumper episode of the Secret Lake Chronicles, we're on the same venue as we fished on that session. So it is our second trip to Founder's Pool on the Lymm Anglers card. On that session we picked up a couple of catfish and the session ended nicely with a carp, and today we've gone with the same approach. One rod out for the cats and one rod out for the carp, and fingers crossed it seemed to work well on the other one, didn't it?
Yeah. Probably. I mean, to be honest, we didn't really know what we were doing for the cats. We knew the bait would work.
Yeah.
We picked them up, so
we've just kind of gone with the same approach, but we'll have a look at that later on in the video. So catfish are a new species for me. I must admit, in that last episode I enjoyed the fight that they put up, but for me they're a brand new species. For yourself, you've done a lot of fishing in France, haven't you, in lakes where they've been in?
Yeah, I've picked them up in lakes where I've been fishing. Obviously not targeting them, but again, it's one of them. You can't choose what picks up your bait. You pick them up, so be it.
And as we've seen on here, they've come on big beds of bait, haven't they? So I imagine when you go France, you're putting out them big beds of particle and them catfish. I mean, when we've been catching them,
bubbling right in front of us at the minute.
Yeah, there's loads of bubbles just coming up in the edge there. When we've been catching these catfish, they have really been quite full, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, well
definitely
feeding.
on the feed. Yeah, they're definitely on it.
But
we was well informed that big beds did work in here.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we put big beds out.
Yeah. So a little look round Founders on the Lymm Anglers card. As you can see, there's a car park. That's Mark's swim there. We'll have a look at it in a sec. You can see there's quite a few swims on the water. All, nice and even and soft ground to get your shelter in. That's where my bed chair will be going later on tonight. Got my bait down there, a drink, charging station, head torch. There's the rods. And we'll talk over where they're going in a minute. And then to the left, if we get a fish, just using that little hut as a windbreak for blogging. And if we walk over to Mark's swim, he's literally ideal for two people fishing. He's got an area there for unhooking. Nice step down to the rods. And that's Mark's swim. And as we said earlier, there's been fish bubbling all in this area here. And if we pan round, it's Marcus Fandango.
Cooking as usual. Burgers tonight.
It's the one, getting the dinner on. And one last look at the pool. It is a lovely water. I like all Lymm waters, so well maintained. Cheers.
Yeah.
So there's the two rods. They'll be fishing tonight. One of them halfway between me and the island, about here, and that's been fed with boilie and particle. And the left hand rod is just off the tip of that tree there. Both rods are backleaded as best I can, because obviously them cats, when you're fighting them, are all under the rod tip here. So I've been fishing about an hour and the margin rod has just peeled off on the halibut pellet over a bed of particle. And hopefully we'll have the first cat of the session on the bank. So a nice early fish on the blog, 8 or 9 pound kitten coming off that left hand margin on the halibut pellet and that size 4 J position hook, and a great start. Always good to get an early fish. And let's get it straight back. So for anybody new to catfishing like I am, just a quick look over the catfish, the different things. One of the things I was shocked about was how small its eyes were. They're quite small compared to the size of its body. Got these big, long tentacles, and inside its mouth, quite almost like Velcro it is, on the top and the bottom of its mouth. There. Goes in that way quite easy, go against it, and I guess no fish is coming back out. You look along its length, they are quite beautiful in the colours, the mottlings and the different colours along its flank. Don't half fight hard on the bank and in the water, but this one's been quite well behaved. So let's get it straight back.
First cat of the session, early doors. Hopefully we'll get more later on. It's a cracking start. Let's weigh this one and get her back.
But there's a right bubbler on his right hand rod at the moment. But that's the first catfish that we've had out in the middle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And come on a boilie on the carp rod.
Yeah.
Which just shows you can't really avoid them catfish, can you?
No, they'll take anything, I think, innit? So we're informed to take anything, but you just never know, do you?
So with these catfish videos, they are hard to make. Any night fishing is hard to make. The wind on here is howling, and I think we're in for the blustery night on the bank. But you'll have to bear with us with these videos. It's not easy to make, you know, videos at night, and especially with catfish who are so hard to hold. So bear with us, guys. We'll do our best, and we're going to go and celebrate now with a local treasure. Good old Eccles cake celebration. So just about to recast the rod for the evening. I'll quickly go over the setup. It's some ESP tungsten tubing down to a lead clip system with a 2-ounce lead, a clip to aid separation on the cast. Got ESP coated braid tungsten with a Dinsmore egg shot on the line, and a whittled down tiger nut boilie, and the hook is a size 6 curved shank J precision hook, and that's the rod that I'm hoping might pick me up a carp tonight. But as we've seen earlier on, it can also pick up the catfish. But that is the rig that I'll be putting out for the carp. So set up for the cat rod, exactly the same lead arrangement, 2-ounce lead. I've got ESP coated tungsten again, down to a size 4 J precision curved shank hook, and that's tied KD style, so it comes off the back. and a 20mm halibut pellet with 2 boilie stops to keep it on the hook. As simple as it comes, and a bit like me piking really, keeping it really simple, and that's just going to go down the edge. And that is the rig that caught that catfish earlier on. So I'm just going to put it back out and put a bit of bait over the top.
We was well informed that big beds of bait worked on here to get the cats going. So I've made this mix up. In my experience of fishing for cats in the past, not that I fish for them that often, they do like fishy things. Anything fishy works. So we've done this particle mix with a bit of everything in really, just a big grubbing mix. But we've got loads of tuna, fish oils, blended fish oils, and over the top we're putting these big 20mm halibut pellets on.
Right, so all the rods have been recast now for the evening, and how Mark's right hand rod hasn't screamed off, well, it's a mystery, isn't it?
It's bubbling like hell.
It's like a witch's cauldron. Every time I grab the camera it stops, but it's right on his spot, and as I say, he's reeled it in to make sure he's still got a bait on. We're just going into the evening now, and my night fishing with Mark has been on the canal, and this place is completely the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, on the canal it's dead, it's quiet.
Yeah.
You know, a person might come past you, but you don't hear fish crashing. You might hear the odd fish top, but you certainly don't see the activity you see on this place. From 9 o'clock at night on here, it's like it comes alive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Catfish slapping everywhere, you know, carp jumping clear of the water all night, and as we move into evening now, it just feels like it's about to kick off, doesn't it?
It feels like that bite time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There we go, fish number 2, bang on 10 o'clock, screamed off, right hand rod, in the baited area. Seems to be the bite time on here, so let's get it a bit of a way and get it straight back.
It's about 11 o'clock at night, and the margin rod absolutely melted off with this, what, 9-10 pound catfish. And yeah, second one of the session and the fourth one between us. Great stuff and a great fight. Let's get it straight back. Catfish number 6, and only a little small one, this one, so we'll do a quick vlog and we'll get it straight back. So at 2:30 in the morning. So the session comes to an end there now. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and it's time that we were away. 6 catfish altogether. Fantastic session on the bank. As I say, never the easiest to blog and record at night or low light conditions. So hopefully the footage comes out okay. I've thoroughly enjoyed this session on the bank, fishing for catfish. Something completely new to me, and I've really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, it'd be great if you could leave a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And until next week, tight lines, and I'll catch us all next time. Tight lines.